Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums, 'tis I, Captain of the Steves, and we're hitting up No Man's Sky, but not really overly to play it, but just to give you a little bit of news. So, let's just head on over, and you can see here, just below me right now, it says Expedition Relics has just under 1 hour remaining to be played. So, it's drawing to a close, people inside the viewerverse. Now, I'm going to get loaded in anyway into here, but as that's loading in, let me bring up the No Man's Sky Assistant app, because it looks like the No Man's Sky Assistant app now has been aligned to the latest community rewards. So there you go, you can see the plumage palm, the nodding plumage palm, and the forked plumage palm. The last one, tier 3, is still being unlocked, and you can see the progress bar at the top there says 56%. We'll be flying up to the old Nexus to see exactly where it is there, to see if it all tallies up, to see if that is now aligned correctly. I'll see you up there, people, and then I'll continue delivering in No Man's Sky news. Oh, look at these party people! Party animals! Hey, girls! Anyway, continuing on over here. Here is the actual bar above the Quicksilver store. And to me, that looks like it's about 50% across the line, doesn't it? But let's go and have a look-see. So it said 58% in the app. Over inside of here, it says 56%. Let me just double-check. What did it say? Previous mission. Yes, it says 56. Actually, it does say 56 in there. 56 and 56. Bang on. Nice work there, Kurt. Well done. Okay, so after that forked plumage plant, we've got these coming next. We've got some banners. The Gek emblem banner, the Viking emblem banner, and the Korvax emblem banner. I've got a funny feeling, people, that the reason why we're going to get these new banners is because perhaps we might get new NPC interactions for all the different races. I'm wondering whether they're going to be upping the AI inside of game. And there's a reason why I say that as well, people, which I get onto. Okay, so the reason being is over on the Twitter space, Sean of the Murrays put out this tantalizing tweet. Hopefully they're adding AI. Clock needs an update. We're getting the update ready for you. Seems a little mysterious, seems a little odd. Sean actually retweeted this same post twice. Now, he doesn't usually do that unless it's to do with No Man's Sky, or it's maybe usually he retweets the emoji twice. I'm thinking we've got this instead of an emoji. I don't think this is going to be a named update. I've got a feeling that, you know, when they introduce something like cross save into the game, or cross play, I should say, cross play, I think it's going to be an update a little bit like that. I think they're going to add some sort of either better pathing to the NPCs that we have now, or some sort of update to the actual races to make them more race specific and to have them see you differently. It's like inside of the actual game itself, we actually have ratings with all the different races. So if I go inside of here, how do I bring it up? It's under here. So if I hit up this with the Viking right now, I have got one of the highest standings possible. Yet the Viking still call me a pathetic interloper. I'm wondering that depending on whatever level you've got inside of here, and to whatever extent you've got, they will start to talk to you differently. And they would have different phrases and dialogues. I am hoping that Hello Games enable it for voice chat. So when you talk, it translates it into the game. They always do voice to text inside of the game anyway. Under options, you can turn all of that on inside of networking. I'm wondering if you do turn this speech to text on, whether the actual NPCs of the different races, the Viking, the Korvax, the Gek, will actually understand you. So you can actually have a two-way conversation with them. And depending on your ranking inside a game, the way they treat you and respond to you will differ. That's what I'm thinking may happen when it comes to AI inside of game. I mean, other people are saying, well, maybe it might mean we get NPCs on planets. It might mean that. But curiously, because they've got these banners that are coming soon, I think they're going to hold off of giving you these banners. I don't think the Quicksilver story is going to refresh right away. I think we're going to get an update to the AI inside of game for each of the different races in a similar sort of way that I just stated. At least that's what I think. You know, this is all speculation. I mean, don't get upset if this doesn't happen. This is just how my mind's working, based on a couple of freaking banners and based on a couple of tweets by Sean Murray around AI coming to his clock in Windows 11. So don't sort of say, oh, Captain Steve said this and it's got to be true, because I know as much as you know. I'm just trying to join some dots together that makes tangible sense in my mind. Anyway, after those 3 banners, we've got these, which technically would have been nice to have had in December or the winter months. We're getting winter objects in what could be the summer. That doesn't really make sense, does it? But that's what's on the agenda. Now, I'm wondering whether we get another update to the Quicksilver store that actually moves these to either the autumn winter months of this year. I'm wondering whether we get those banners and there'll be another update before this that puts a load of stuff in front of these and these get pushed later into the year. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. The only other thing that we've got is a peeping fauna banner, which I don't think many people are going to love and want, apart from maybe Damash Smash, because he loves those little creatures inside a game. If you don't know what I'm on about with these little guys, it's that one. That's the peeping fauna banner, the little meerkat looking git bags. So that's the last thing to unlock. There's nothing else after that inside of the Quicksilver store right now. So there's a couple of winter objects in summer, makes no sense, and a couple of banners. And I think the banners that we're about to get, the races, I think might be tied to the next update as a bit of a hint on what we might get. So I'm thinking some sort of AI that affects all the NPCs inside a game, whether that's pathing, wording, how they respond to you, how they actually barter and trade with you, all that sort of good stuff. I'm hoping it's to do with the trade system. I'm hoping it's to do with the reward system. Considering that we've now got a guild envoy inside of the stations, I think that makes the most tangible sense. But please sound off inside the comments. Let me know what you think. Do you think my speculation is on point with this one? Or do you think that it's not going to be AI, it's going to be something completely unrelated, and maybe I'm reading too much into these Quicksilver items? Which is all freaking possible at the end of the day, people. Now, a lot of people have also been saying, well, maybe this clock is to do with the clock inside of No Man's Sky, to do with the Atlas. Maybe it's updating the AI for the whole core of the simulation. And they could be right. I mean, at the end of the day, Sean of the Murrays and the team are working on a massive new project called Light No Fire, which you can see right here. So, Light No Fire is a planet-sized game. This is the size of Earth. Now, if you look at how many players you can have in a lobby at once inside of No Man's Sky, it's about 32 people altogether on planet at once, inside of a certain area. I don't know how they're going to handle multiplayer inside of Light No Fire, but if you can only see 32 people online at once on a planet that's this sort of size, you're not going to see a lot of activity. You're not going to see much life at all, or other players at all. So I'm wondering whether Hello Games is going to be implementing a lot more AI inside of this when it comes to the NPCs on planet surface, walking around doing their daily thing. You know, you haven't got space stations, you haven't got places like that. You might have some little mini facilities and townships and things like that on these planets, but they're going to be far between, I would imagine. So I'm wondering whether there will be some sort of NPC players inside of Light No Fire. Now, we know that Hello Games worked with an AI company to actually have AI players flying around inside of No Man's Sky this time last year, well, March of last year. It could be that they might be adding in NPC players inside of No Man's Sky. That could be on the cards, that could be on the table. But I'm not suggesting anything too grand with this. I think what we're going to see in Light No Fire is going to be the next level. I think they're going to use No Man's Sky as a test bed for some of the elements for Light No Fire. And I don't think they want to show all of their cards that they've got for Light No Fire to take away from its shine by showcasing everything in No Man's Sky. But that's just my feeling. We only get cryptic tweets. We don't even get to see the depots anymore, so we don't know whether there is an actual update on the cards. There's no sales gone live as yet, so I don't think it's going to be a large update. We haven't seen an emoji per se from Sean of the Murrays. All we have seen is these AI posts to go by. So that's all I've got. I can only go by what I'm given. And what I'm given is very, very loose at the moment. So yeah, anyway, till next time, Saluto Mondo. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again.